Greetings, programs. Welcome to ArcNeo Reviews, where today I am basically just ripping off Ashens. I'm not gonna lie. So anyone who watches his channel, which I know at least one of you, hey Shelly, I know you watch his channel and mine, and he does something he calls the Poundland Special, which is, it's a store over in Britain. It's basically the British version of the Dollar Tree over here. So I figured, why not, for absolute just fun, I'm actually going through and I'm going to talk about some of the different tech and IT related things that I've gotten from the Dollar Tree over time. But specifically, I'm going to talk about the good ones. I've used a few things that sucked. Everything I'm talking about today is good. So, first thing to cover is actually a phone stand. I know, incredible. But they've had these phone stands, they just kind of come and go every, few weeks, months in the store, and these things are actually pretty good. They're made of a slightly flexible plastic, so they actually can, handle going in your backpack or laptop case or whatever. This little piece comes down, and it's even cut out and angled so that it goes down in these different notches and, actually locks in. And these are quality little phone holders, There's a gap in the middle so you can run your power cord through. There's even a hole there, so if you want to completely take the power cord back through and, to your computer or something, you can. I have literally nothing but good things to say about this little phone holder. I even had two at one point. If I remember right, I gave my other one to... I want to say I gave it to my dad, actually, because it was, really good, and then I went and got myself a blue one to replace it, because blue, da-boo-dee-da-boo-da. But, yeah, so, that's the first thing. These phone holders, they're awesome. They work really well. And in that same vein, we have a phone holder. This one clearly being a car mount phone holder. Let me actually get this one out of the box here in the most violent way I can. An audio breaking way I can. Yeah, it works with an event type, clips to the car vent, expands up 3 inches wide. No, there's nothing too crazy or impressive to show on the box. Yeah, 90% of these are made by Greenbrier International, just like the fake Legos and fake Transformers and crap I've looked at before. But, these are quality little phone holders, actually. The reason I'm looking at one that's still in the box is this is actually a second one that I went and picked up for my wife's phone. That way we can both have our phones clipped in while we drive and, go places, because it is a 3.5 hour drive from where we live to go see anyone in my family. So this way we've got some nice little phone clips. It does expand, pretty decently wide. I can't show you a phone in it because my wife's asleep, her phone's charging beside her, my phone is right here playing camera. But take my word for it, it works really well. These slots are different widths, so depending on which one you need, just go ahead and rotate it, or even just, rotate it because you want it to sit sideways instead of straight, or, whatever. These are good. I recommend it if you need a phone holder. So, yeah. And sticking to the theme of phone-related things, they have charging cables there, which I know is not a surprise, but they have woven charging cables there. And they come in a million colors. I actually specifically got the this rainbow one because I can't lose this. It doesn't blend in with anything. So, just a simple, 3-foot long mini USB. They do also have, whatever the iPad one is, iPhone, lightning cable, I think they call it. They've got that. I use Android, so I need this one. And, there's not a lot to say about it. Yeah, it's just a cheap dollar cable, but it charges fine. I've actually got others of this that they've lasted a good long time. The few that I've had, go bad, they went bad due to obvious, human error type stuff. Like, one of them got shut in a car door, and so this piece was facing that way. But, they work. You can do data transfers with them as well. They're not, charge-only cables, which is a thing that exists, and I'm shocked more people don't know about them. But, yes, these ones do actually do data transfers and stuff just fine. They also do audio cables in the exact same, color sets. So, for fun, I got an audio cable for the car. Matches the fancy little power cord I've got. Just haven't thrown it in the car yet. My car cables are the ones that tend to go bad the most, and even that, we're talking $1 every 6 months, and usually it's going bad due to, again, human error. Not much to say. I've used multiple of these audio cables before. They're fine, they're not like super, super high quality or something. Yeah, if you have your music source, like your phone or whatever, up too loud, you will get a little distortion, coming out the other end. Basically, every audio cable does that. For $1, yeah, it's worth it. And if you don't want something so ridiculous looking, they do sell them in much more, reasonable colors as well. Oh, I've totally didn't realize this one's Type-C even. Sweet! I've got a Switch charger now. Awesome! So, there's those. Then, next thing I want to look at, super simple actually, just, it's a Keychain Flashlight they had. It's also a bottle opener. I took the keychain off. I've been using this thing for a while. It's a really good flashlight actually. Fantastic for when you take your dog on her, 2 a.m. walk and you have to clean up after her or something. And bottle opener works great too. I do really enjoy those. Okay, I'm going to make every Spanish-speaking viewer of mine angry while I say this wrong, but Yalutos? Those Mexican sodas that are like, tamarind and pineapple flavor. I really like those. They use old-fashioned, actual bottle opener needed caps on them. So this one does really well. And again, it's a dang good flashlight. On a similar note, I also have got screwdrivers from the Dollar Tree. These two I actually got at the same time, and I basically mint them as a pair for each other. I'm not going to lie. The little one here was a keychain. I took keychain off because keychains are annoying when they're on your screwdriver. But it's just a fairly solid, I'm going to guess aluminum body on it. Back screws off. And it's got, three little screwdriver bits on it. 2 different sizes of Phillip, 1 standard size, all tiny. They clip in via magnet in the end. I do repair work on computers and, game systems and stuff all the time. I even had to perform surgery on some of those digital pets I've looked at already. By the way, that is going to come back. Unfortunately, I'm looking at the most complicated Tamagotchis ever next, and it is genuinely taking ages to do all the research. But Digital Pet Friday is going to come back, I promise. But, yeah, this is a fantastic little screwdriver. You know, holds the bits really well. It does magnetize through to hold the screws as they come off. And then, just because this is a good handle, I actually got this one to basically serve as a set of bits. Now, the handle on it is fine. You know, it's a passable handle. It's just square plastic, rounded in some spots. Again, you know, magnet holds it in, you know, keeps it from falling off, holds on the screw. But this one actually not only has a lot more bits on it, but they're actually sized, which I really, really appreciate. So, basically there is my custom Dollar Tree doesn't quite screw shut screwdriver set. And for $2, I frankly dare you to find better. You know, I'm sure the metal's a little soft. If I put too much torque on it or something, I could, you know, shear off some of the metal on these. I've had that problem with, you know, screwdrivers and, you know, screw bits that cost way more than this. So, yeah. Again, these are really good, actually. And then, just for fun, the last thing, I haven't actually tested this yet, but it looked really cool to me. That was a E-Circuit Stylus Pen. It's a 4-use pen. So it's, as you can see here, stylus, ballpoint pen with black ink, highlighter, and it's got Post-its on it. Nothing really on the back, just shows the same things and kind of shows you where things are. But here's the pen itself, and it's pretty neat, actually. I have to admit. We're going to test if it actually works. We're testing this part live. Everything else about it's been great, but we're going to bring out the paper and we're going to see if it really does everything that it says it does. This is a terrible surface to write on because, yes, this is like textured and ridged as I knock my screwdrivers off the desk. So, here, we're going to write Apple very poorly because I am dyslexic and I will screw up anything that I'm trying to spell. Here. Yay, Apple Pop-Tarts. I have to say, I'm actually impressed that it wrote that well on this janky of a surface. You know, it took me, what, like 2 lines to have the ink started. That's pretty good, actually. It writes really smoothly. Pop it off on the other end. Get your highlighter. And, yeah, it's a highlighter, all right. It works really well. And, it's got a little stack of tiny Post-it notes in here. I don't want to use one because I have no use for it at the moment. But they're there. That's really cool. No, heck. There. I used a Post-it note. I stuck it down weird. Apparently I pulled out 2 by accident. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a weird thing. It's kind of oddly specific. But, you know, let's face it. I grew up a church boy. What was really cool to have in your Bible case when I was a kid was one of those double-ended pens that's pen on one side, highlighter on the other. Here, not only do you get that, but you get your Post-it notes to make your own little bookmarks or whatever. And there's a touch screen. A stylus. So, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm changing settings on my camera with the stylus. Works great. So, yeah, if you see any of these things at the Dollar Tree, they're worth your dollar. Can't really complain about that. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and by the way, never buy their headphones. The cables might be fine. Headphones there suck. Never buy the headphones.